You're now tuned into Radical Radio with Coach L.
Switch my attitude. I'm so radical. Switch my attitude. I'm so radical. Switch my attitude. I'm so radical. Switch my attitude. I'm so radical.
To build my family out and to buy a family house. A lot of people only talking, put your money where your mouth is. Some memories don't fade, sometimes you miss the old days, but nothing changed unless you change what's around you, how you think, how you live, how you speak, how you walk, how you blink, how you talk, how you teach, how you reach, let it sink. What's your purpose? What's your passion? Did it pay? What's your plan? Is it playing? On a plane? Hydroplane? I'm just playing. What's your purpose? What's your passion? Did it pay? What's your plan? Is it playing? On a plane? Hydroplane? I'm just playing.
What's good, y'all? This is your girl. You have officially tuned in to Radical Radio with Coach L.
And your boy, Nick Lotion, the co-hostess with the mostest. That's right.
For show. Thank you guys for tuning in. We have a very special guest, and as you can see, we are officially in the Radical Radio studio.
That's right.
Yes, it is a very, 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 very good Monday. Thank you guys for joining us. Again, we have a very special guest that is in the building with us, Miss Rita the H.A.M. Norman. She is here with us live, indirect, all the way from Florida.
That explains the heat, right?
The heat has come.
Rita done brought it all the way.
She done brought it all the way in. So, as we go in, we generally talk about what we did over the weekend, what's been going on with us. I mean, all I got to say is, the whole election thing has really been a hot mess. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going to wait and see, not say too much and just sit back and just, allow God to have the glory at the end. It's a lot going on though. It's a lot going on.
Say that again.
Leadership is an art form. I will say that. That's what I will say. You definitely have to be called to be a leader. Everybody is not fit to lead, so you definitely have to have a calling and an anointing to lead. And that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Listen, Coach, I ain't. You know me. I was anti-election. I wasn't paying attention to nothing that was going on with the election, just because, listen, man. Even though it's over, it ain't over. So, I don't need that headache. You know what I mean? So, Lotion was just being oblivious. I'm being honest.
It's definitely a lot going on. We got Tish Fain in here with us. Thank you for joining us. We have Miss Teresa in the building. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you guys for joining us. As you guys saw, there was a commercial that played. It's actually a commercial for Radical Life Coaching. If you are in need of a coach, you definitely can reach out to me. I would love to be your coach, coaching you into becoming unapologetically bold and purposely authentic. Definitely willing to, step up and walk alongside of you in this journey. So if you are in need of a spiritual life coach, I am your girl.
Hey.
All right. But yeah, other than that, other than the whole election situation, it's been quite nice outside. The weather has been quite nice. I'm thankful for that.
Amen.
Soak it up while you can.
Man.
Live it up while you can. Enjoy the weather while you can.
For real.
Because it'll be short-lived, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it definitely is nice. And it presented a couple opportunities to do stuff that you may not have been able to do,
Facts.
Me in particular, my good friend took me for a ride in his race car yesterday. So we're not Was that yesterday? Yes.
It was.
I'm losing it.
It was.
Yesterday, it was so nice and like it's November. You know what I mean?
Show them the smile that you had, Lotion.
Man, I don't
Just
even know
show
if I could duplicate it. It was like, listen, but it's just really cool to be able to do something like that at this time of year because by now, you know what I'm saying, all that is usually over with. So
Absolutely.
I'm happy that I got to take advantage of the nice weather. Shout out to my boy Bob, my girl Jess. I love y'all. Thank you so much. That made my whole November.
There you go. Lotion's November has been made. Check.
Yes.
I want to thank everybody that did pray for our family, the Perez family, and the loss of my grandmother. Thank you for all your prayers. Thank you for those that came out for my mother. Really appreciate it. Also, want to say my condolences to all the youth out there. I know it was very hard. Y'all lost King Von. It was very difficult for y'all. My son is not in a good place right now.
Man.
I mean, the boy came in and eyes was all puffy.
Man,
and I'm like, listen now, hold on.
Yeah.
You know, hold it. You know, but
listen,
the young folks is really
no, it's sad. It's sad to see it every time it happens. I'm personally like I just feel like, man, why? You know what I mean? Like what? Like I got so many questions about the situation, but it's just unfortunate because, like, you know, we live. This is a Chicago thing. I feel like we lost Duck earlier this year, same thing. And it seemed like it's kind of like habitual.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The culture has taken a hit.
Yeah.
Quite regularly. It seems like, you know, we're losing someone in the entertainment industry. I think for, you know, like our young people, I think y'all need to look at that as motivation to, you know, kind of take life serious because you never know the day nor the hour. And it's unfortunate, you know, that so many young people are, you know, losing their lives so early, not even really being able to, you know, live their life.
Experience much.
Yeah.
For real. Like, that's a short life. I don't know exactly how old King Von was, but I know he wasn't that old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I know he, you know what I'm saying? I still feel very, very young. And I know he's younger than I am. And like, I don't feel like, you know, I've lived much of a life yet. So to see something like that happen, it's tragic.
Yeah, they took it hard.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mr. Asbury, thank you for joining us, bro.
Yo,
Dre Asbury is on here, y'all. He is the man responsible for this dope decal back here. Thank you for that, bro.
Looks so good, man.
Amazing. We also have Lucille Smith Harper on here, my TT. Hey, TT. We also have Sophia Bland on here. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, what up,
really
Sophia?
Appreciate it. So look, y'all, we gonna go ahead and we gonna get it in because we got Rita the H.A.M. Norman up in here. Okay, she is very pink right now. She is my twin unicorn flame. Okay, so we definitely got to get it in with her. Autumn, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us, and thank you. We appreciate that. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get it in with the H.A.M. I'm going to read her bio first, and then we'll go ahead and have her come in.
Look at that. We got everything popping up in the studio today, y'all. This is a lovely thing, man. Radical definitely making some moves. Coming. I just want to say real quick, you know, like Coach Maxie, I'm proud of y'all. Like straight up coming from out the studio at the station to, you know, doing the Zoom thing for a minute to bam. This is awesome. You know what I'm saying? That's growth.
Thank you, bro.
And
I think
I'm
we're
proud.
still kind of shocked.
Right, for sure.
We've been shocked for a minute now. And I guess, you know, since we touching on that, we thought about this. And I was just thinking about this. I sat in awe on Sunday and I just was like, yo, like this is like major because not so much of, you know, everything that we've accomplished, but more so that when I first got here, I remember writing it down in the book and I sat down with one person. And that person that I sat down with was Maxie. Right. And I wrote in that book that we were going to have a radio station. I mean, that we were going to have a radio show. I listed her as the producer. You know, and man, when you write down the vision, it will manifest, it will come to pass. And, you know, as we talked about things, we talked about like what it would look like in a year. Yeah, exactly. And lo and behold, here we are a year in, and now we have. And guess what? It looked good. Like looking at you on the screen with the big Radical behind you, like
Coach, shout out to you. It's beautiful to see it.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. To God be the glory.
Amen.
I don't take not 1 ounce of credit for this, because had it not been for him, we would not be here. So I am so
Amen.
thankful that he allowed us to, kind of grow and get here. So yeah, it's definitely love. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Had to get that shout out.
Thank you, bro.
But it's Rita time now.
Absolutely.
And
But
without any further ado,
we couldn't do this without Lotion. Lotion then came and blew up the whole spot. Bro, remember I was telling you.
Don't say it like that.
No, remember I was telling you, it was a moment on the show where you said something that was very profound. And in the moment that you said it, it was something so simple that you said. And I told you I was going to remember what it was. I didn't even go back and look to see what it was, but I'm going to tell you what it was. You said, wash your hands.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Boy, I could have got up at that radio station and ran around probably like 10 times, because it was a spiritual thing. It wasn't people would think, okay, he said, wash your hands, go wash your hands. No, it was like, to me, like, wash your hands, get yourself together, remove all the dirt, remove everything that you need to remove so that you could be right. So,
man, listen,
that was dope. That was. I knew at that point when he said that, I was like, boy, he about to go in. He gone. And you've been gone ever since. So,
man, thank you, Coach.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't be here without you. I love y'all.
Love you. So listen, y'all, we got Rita the H.A.M. Norman in the building. Rita started her career in the beauty industry over 20 years ago. She is a graduate of Mario Tricosi University. She also studied under Tokyo Styles and Anthony Cutts, and has been an instructor for CLC Cosmetology program. She is also a published makeup artist, plus size model featured on The Steve Harvey Show, travel agent with Planet Marketing, intertraveler, and just overall an entrepreneur. Starting Eleanor Maxwell with her beautiful sister in 2018, they plan to inspire, empower with love and encouragement. What's up, Rita?
Hey,
Norman in the building.
She a whole celebrity in the studio. Show one in the studio.
You better come on.
We brought the stars out.
And for the record, I just want to say on the record, I told Maxie when y'all got in the studio who was going to be the first one.
She definitely did say that she
I said
was
it's forever.
first. Yes.
That's
in the
right.
studio. She aligned that thing. She manifested that thing, and boom, here she is in the studio.
And when Maxie was talking about it, I said, well, if we're going to be in the studio, what we going to be at? She's like, I don't know. I'm like,
Right.
all right.
Yes. So for those of you that don't know, Rita is a beauty and model extraordinaire. She definitely gives her all. If you have followed her, if you don't follow her now, you need to follow her. But if you have followed her, you have seen a outpouring of hot photos. She really went in this summer.
Right.
Really went in this summer.
Killing
She was
the
working,
timeline.
yeah, she was definitely working hard. So Rita, I'm gonna give you just a little bit of a time to tell the people about you.
Well, I mean, you just already told it all mostly. I started doing hair when I was 13, thanks to my sister. This is an ongoing family joke to where I said she was pimping me out because she was braiding everybody hair. And I'm like, ooh, I want braid hair too.
Right.
And then so she was like, okay. And then all of a sudden I'm braiding hair, not getting paid. Braiding hair, not getting paid. It's true. But you know what? At the same time, like hindsight, outside of my mom, you know, she was a single mother. She took care of me. You know what I'm saying? So like her version, she said it before on the show, like her version of childhood and my version of childhood are two totally different things.
Right.
And that's why I appreciate her so much, because it's completely two totally different things.
Right.
To where I didn't miss the beat.
Right.
And I was just, as she say, out funky and free.
It sounds like a Maxi quote, right?
Just do it. And then like she got into cosmetology school and I started doing her homework for cosmetology.
Oh my goodness.
That's a plug. I don't get nobody mad
Because
about that.
cosmetology school is not easy, okay?
Homework period. Like,
She used to come home with that mannequin like, look, yo, I need these finger waves. I'm like, I got you. I can do your finger waves. I can touch your back of your head today without you cussing me out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, finger waves all the time. Like, so a lot of them sign-offs,
was from you.
I wish I could have got credit for them when I went to hair school. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
But like growing up with a single mother, she would tell me or us, like, doing hair, that's a side job. You need to work.
Right.
You gotta work. You can't depend on nobody. You gotta work. So for a long time, I just worked and worked until one day I was like, you know what? I ain't working no more. I'm going to hair school, and that's exactly what I did.
Word. That's
I left AbbVie, and I went to hair school. No, that wasn't AbbVie. I left Hospira, which was a part of Abbott, and I went to hair school.
Yeah.
And it's just been rocking and rolling ever since. And then so at one point I was supposed to move to Charlotte, North Carolina to help run a salon. That didn't work out, but it was cool. And I just kept building my clientele, moving forward. And then in 2016, Tokyo Styles, Anthony Cutts was doing this class. And I was like, I'm going to this class. I don't know what I'm doing, how it's going to go, what's going to happen. But I went to his class, and this was before he really like blew up. He was out there. He was doing wigs for Kylie at the time. And we did like a 2-day class. It was so dope. Great experience.
Right.
And I loved it. And then I had signed up to work with Lyris Cross, which if you don't follow her, you need to. If you are a plus size model, you're trying to get into that game, she got a book called Make the World Your Runway, which is amazing. She did a boot camp, and I ended up on the Steve Harvey show. And so, like,
I remember that show. Was fly. Okay.
That's what's up.
And no, it was just like, you had all of these just beautiful women, just all different shapes and sizes, and it was like a 2-day experience. So you go through the boot camp, and then the next day you end up going on the show. She was coming out with her book, so everybody got to model, and it was like some people that got selected for the stories. I really didn't care too much for that. It's a lot of scripting and stuff that goes behind those shows. I can imagine, yeah. And I couldn't be phony. They want you trying to be like depressed, and it was like, oh, you divorced, so I want you to be the disgruntled divorced lady that's coming back emotional, trying to find herself.
Right.
Who? I was happy.
Look, I know myself.
What you mean?
I wasn't about to play sand for nobody. Like, I ain't mad at you.
I left for a reason.
Right.
Jesus. Like, no, I was not. It wasn't. Who disgruntled?
Yeah.
Like, no. I'm happy as hell. So of course they didn't pick me for but I made the best of it because it was just like, okay, it was like you come from behind this curtain, it was like all this smoke and all this other stuff. And I said, oh, I'm gonna be right in the middle. And they was like, you gonna go in? Yeah, I'll be right in the middle because you're gonna have the girls walking from one side to the other. No, we coming straight off the stage and walking right through the front, be right in the middle. And that's exactly where I was. So I was in all the commercials for the episode. I was front and center throughout the whole entire thing, just standing there cute. I didn't care. But
that was your moment.
Right. She had a plan. Stick to the plan.
There you go.
This
is my moment.
Yeah. But like over time, with any craft, you want to reinvent yourself. So it was just like after my dad had passed, it was just like I went kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody who's experienced the loss of a parent, it's something that you never get over.
Right.
It's something that you just tolerate. And it's something that you have to, as I tell people, when you think about it, you have to reinvent your life with just having just one parent. Like, it's something that never goes away.
Right.
And as close as we were to my dad, like, no. Like, if I didn't have my circle, ain't no telling where I would be, especially my sister, because for a while, I was drunk as hell. I ain't no lie. No lie. Wine was my friend.
Right.
I ain't had nothing
Just
else.
escaping.
I was kicking it. I ain't think about nothing. I really didn't cry. And she said, yo, fam, we not going down this path. You need to get your in maxi form stuff together, but it was another word.
Of course. That's the edited version for the show.
Edited version for the show. And then it was just like you just have a wake up moment. So then I started traveling a lot. I think I went to 4 or 5 different places that year. Then by the end of the year, I ended up in Mexico. And then like I was just like, okay, I'm ready to get back to whatever
Right.
life brings.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was just like, I'm ready to go. Like somewhere outside of Lake County, it was just like, I can't, like with my dad, he'd been to many, many different places.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I want to be just like that. I want to go to different places. I want to see different things. But at the end of the day, I don't want my roots are always going to be here, Lake County,
Right.
Illinois. But I don't want that to be the only place where I say, oh, I've only lived here.
Right.
Because like before then, I had moved to Milwaukee. But no shade, Milwaukee.
That
wasn't
that
ain't where it's at.
I was home every weekend.
That ain't it.
Come on back. But then with the company I currently work for, I got the opportunity to go to Tampa, Florida. And I ain't never coming back.
There you go.
Hey, listen, I wouldn't
Once
trade
you
that one.
experience a green Christmas and New Year's,
Yes.
it's a whole different type of experience.
Right.
That's something everybody needs to
Look,
experience once.
Right.
Sorry. All right.
Yeah. So like, yeah, most definitely.
I hear that. So we're gonna go ahead and I have a few questions for you.
Shoot.
So you talked about, losing your father,
Yes.
losing Rita,
Completely.
finding Rita, and then moving on, right?
Right.
So what is the one thing that drives you now?
The one thing that drives me now, let's see, having that strength
Mhm.
that you don't realize you have until you need it
Right.
is one of the most important things. Also, my nieces, because I don't ever want them to be like, "Oh, you just gave up," like just because some things happen,
Mm-hmm.
you just gave up.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like everybody right now, they going through, they talking about 2020, F 2020.
Right.
No, for me, it was F 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Like
Once you got
2020 is cool.
Yeah.
Right.
For me, it was F 2019
Uh-huh.
because I made the transition to Florida in September of 2018.
Mhm.
So when I left, I was like, okay, I'm ready to do something else. I'm always trying to be some type of creative, and I'm always gonna hustle. I'm always gonna find a bag.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm gonna do nails because it was just like I was tired. You know what I'm saying? You
Mhm.
burnt out. I did wigs. I did all types of different versions of sew-ins and braids and everything, like makeup, model. All right, I'm gonna try something else.
Mhm.
So I had started doing nails. Adrian, that's here in Lake County,
Mm-hmm.
one of the coldest nail artists here. If you're trying to do nails, I would honestly suggest you contact her, see if she's doing any more of her education classes.
Mm-hmm.
I went to her, learned so much about just the basics, the foundation, and I was taking off. I was trying to do everybody's nails. I was like, Max, come on, we doing these flakes, we doing this glitter.
Right.
I was doing my mama nails, my niece's nails, my cut, like everybody nails.
Mhm.
So I'm just like, cool. And then so like I'm just YouTube, looking at other people who classes I can get into.
Mhm.
Fell in love with Valentino.
Mhm.
I mean, all my nail people right now, they know exactly what I'm talking
So
about.
let me ask you this, because I want to ask you this for the young lady that wants to be an entrepreneur, that wants to be a cosmetologist, or maybe wants to be a nail tech, or maybe wants to be a makeup artist. How important is it for them to be on Instagram and be on YouTube?
Very important. Because either one, you can monetize and you can end up making money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can, well, especially now, you can do Zoom classes. You can do merch.
Mm-hmm.
You can do so much just with having yourself out there. Facebook too.
But I'm saying to the point of tutorials and learning
tutorials? Everything.
and continued education.
Everything.
Mhm.
Because every year, not even saying every year, every quarter, there's something different that's coming out.
Right.
Just like we went from micros to big jumbo box braids to French braided rolls to now they're doing knotless.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You got to be ahead of the game.
Now, then it was dreads. They went from like people started doing crochet dreads, and then now they're making their own crochet dreads. That's how important it is, because it's always gonna be a trend. It's always gonna be a fad. The biggest trend right now is the fox, the blocks, the butterflies, or the soft dreads. They have different names, different versions. So with you being on Instagram, on YouTube, they have a lot of different continuing education classes. I know Willa. She was one of the first that really started doing a lot of education classes on Instagram. And listen, she can retire. Her and her 3 kids can retire right now.
Right.
So it's very, very important.
And I ask that because it's a lot of young people that want to go into cosmetology, but they don't really understand what it takes to become a cosmetologist. So from you going to Mario Chikosi, but you were already doing hair. So we'll talk about like somebody that just wants to get in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, talk to them about the experience of what they need to persevere through cosmetology school.
Well, one, depending on which state you're in, you need to figure out if you need to be licensed for it. Because being licensed in Texas, being licensed in Florida, being licensed in Illinois is 2 totally different things.
Right.
In Illinois, you only need 1 license. In Texas, you need a couple, depending on what you're trying to do.
Right.
Same thing in Florida. So you first want to figure out that. Secondly, you want to figure out what your passion is, because it's a lot of people that go into hair school that honestly shouldn't even go to hair school because they just didn't want to go to college.
Right.
So they end up burning people's hair out. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Honestly, when it comes to hair school, it's really for color, because you really have to have a license to color, to get into bleaching, relaxing, perms, and to honestly understand that basic knowledge of color. Like, okay, my hair is green. What color do I need to put on top of my hair to turn it back brown?
Right.
Or what did I mix up to end up
You
getting
got
my
to
hair
take a
green?
chemistry class for something like that.
Oh, but not even that. The dangers of box color.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna dye my hair black, box color, and then I want to be blonde now. My teachers used to scream like.
Yeah.
Scream.
It's not as simple as it seemed like it is, of course.
No, and
right?
clients lie.
Yeah. Oh, right.
That's why
They lie.
Consultations all the time, because they'll tell you they won't tell you that they use a box color.
They'll sell you whatever they want to sell
and then
you.
you put something on their hair and you burn all your hair out, and now you the problem.
Right. You have to ask all the important questions. When the last time you had a relaxer? When the last time you had a color? Is this a color that's on your hair now? How long ago was it that you had a color? You need honestly, for me, with any service, you need to do a consultation.
Yeah.
Because that client needs to be clear on what your expectations are and what you will and will not do.
That's right.
And I have no problem with saying no.
Right.
I had a woman who kept her weave in for 3 months, took it off. It was just nothing but just dandruff. Her scalp was red. I didn't know what the H was going on under there. And I had told her, I can't go no further. Because I don't know what you've been doing, how long you've been doing that, what's been going on. You need to go see a doctor about your scalp.
There you go.
Like,
Man.
this above my pay grade.
Right. There you go.
She was pissed. I don't care. Because what you not going to do, did you even clean your tracks? Did you even wash your weave? Did you even clean the weft? Like, if you don't do that and you put that on top of an injured scalp, you just begging for an infection. That ain't gonna be on my name.
Yeah, there we go. Right.
Never gonna be on my name.
Oh,
and I'm too scared of my mama, honestly, because when I used to do hair in the house, she'd come in like she just did it. Oh yeah, she can go. Really, Mama? Oh, okay.
Right.
All right. You my daughter.
Well, I'll ask you this. It take a lot of confidence, you know what I'm saying, to do all, like, you listed a bunch of things. It takes a lot of confidence, you know what I'm saying? You got to really believe in what you're doing. Where do you say you pull your confidence from?
From growing up.
No, speak on it. It's all good.
From growing up.
You know what? My sister. But one thing I would say I build my confidence from is my dad and my grandfather. Because growing up, he used to tell me, like, when I tell you my grandfather used to spoil the hell out of me, 3rd grade, I'd be like, oh, granddaddy, I'm sick. Oh, I'm going to get my baby ham. I'm going to get her from school. Like, my grandma used to be so mad. So they always used to tell me I can do whatever I want. Like my dad too. It don't matter.
Never tell a Leo that you will do whatever they want you to do. Never.
You can do like they really put in me that I can do whatever it is that I want to do.
Right.
And like my mom, she's just like, look, you work at it, you do it.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. And I did it. Regardless what anybody said, I did it. If it failed, it failed.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have thought about that a little different, but hey.
That's part of learning.
Right.
I learned a lot.
Rio's got a question. He said, what is the next level for Rita?
The next level. I want to help people. Like a major part of my story, going back to when I said everybody quarantine going crazy right now, it's going crazy in 2019.
Don't go there. Yeah.
Okay, never mind. We'll get back to your question then, Rio.
We'll get back to it.
That sounds like a later in the interview question.
Yeah, we'll definitely get back to
We
it.
still getting our feet wet. Thank you, Rios. You thinking ahead.
Yeah. You got some else, Lotion?
But outside of that, I mean, we got the company that my sister, like, let me explain to y'all what Eleanor Maxwell is. So I wanted to have my own company because one, I like write-offs. Because here I am.
Word.
Non-married, can't write that off. No children, I don't get that earned income credit.
Trying to get all you can.
Let's keep it all the way funky and
all the way
funky.
Okay. So in the state of Illinois, them taxes is tough. You know what I'm saying? It comes
That's
with the
right.
year. So it was just like, if I can, be owning the business, I can, write off my cell phone. All my light bill is business. Listen.
Let's go.
I mean, that's and going into those details is something that I am doing. So make sure you do follow me. So we're gonna go into that with, the full benefits of entrepreneurship.
There you go.
So with that, it was just like, my sister was trying to do a company. I'm trying to do a company. I'm gonna go to her for anything anyway.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like a lot of times I have all these ideas and I'm ready to do all, and I'm like, look, I can do everything. And she be like, no.
Pump your brakes.
You need to focus on one thing, Rita.
Yes. Yes. She is the voice of reason for us.
Listen,
all.
because it's just like, we could do this, we could do this, we can go here, we can do this. She'd be like, pause. What is your purpose behind doing this? Like she sits me down and she's like, yo, you need to this. So it didn't make any sense to go into business with anybody else but her.
Right.
So Eleanor Maxwell, is an admin company for small businesses. So yeah,
You better come on with
it. Yeah, I am, one half of Eleanor Maxwell, but I'm also a client.
Right.
Eleanor Maxwell.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? Because I am a creator. So it's always different things that I'm trying to do or, trying to go through when it comes to makeup, hair, whatever. Modeling, all of that. So it's just like, I'm a client as well. So it's just like, that's why it ended up coming to be the way it is. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
And let me tell y'all this. Hey, Kendra. Kendra said, hey, Rita, girl. Thank you, sis, for joining us. Let me tell y'all, and this is, she's behind the scenes type of chick. So I know she's probably gonna, not be happy that I'm doing this. But Maxie takes all of Rita's photos, majority of Rita's photos, not all of them. Majority of Rita's photos. She puts together her wardrobe. She does a lot. Scenes. She just does
That's a blessing,
so much on top of being a super producer, on top of owning her own business. And let me tell y'all, before, when I was in Atlanta, I had a blog, and she was my virtual assistant before virtual assistants were even thought of. Okay. Yeah. It was Maxie Norman's name that was stamped on those letters, because I knew that the admin side of her, like, that's what she does, and she likes it. I don't like it, but she likes it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a blessing, man.
No thanks.
What she's saying is that Eleanor Maxwell is administrative business for small business owners. Like if you are overwhelmed, if you would like somebody to take over the admin part of your business, Eleanor Maxwell is the way.
Or if you
to
just
go.
need help in
Yes.
getting your footing
Yes.
on what it is that you are trying to do,
Mhm. she
she will get your life together.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like with a lot of stuff, she know I'm wild, and don't look at me because it's the truth. Like she know I'm wild, and she know how to keep me in those lines.
No, that's something.
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
something very, very valuable to have. Just like
Your
that's
circle,
Yeah.
and anybody that's trying to run a business, get help.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, as much as you can.
A team, anybody that you know that is popping, popular,
Mhm.
that's out here, your P. Diddy's, all of them,
Mhm.
they got a whole team behind them.
Yep.
Yeah,
Whole
of
team.
course.
For sure.
There is no way you can run your company by yourself.
That's
Oh, yeah.
right.
You
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
have a
Man.
team.
That's right.
You have to have a team. There is no way,
Right.
and there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Nothing
Because
wrong with asking
It's
for
you
help.
always anything that we supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And it goes back to your faith-based system. You're supposed to be a blessing for somebody else.
Mhm. That's right.
So one thing that I do notice when it comes to our people,
Mhm.
they scared to share information.
Right.
Ooh-wee.
Right.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like coming in the hair industry, back in the day,
Mhm.
you think somebody was trying to show you how to do a sew-in or how you do these braids or
Yeah.
cut this
Right.
point? No,
Mhm.
not at all.
Yeah.
Because everybody was always so in fear of, oh, you're gonna take this from me. It's so much money to be out here.
Mhm.
You might think that, an avenue or lane is oversaturated.
Mhm.
It's not.
No.
Make your lane.
Yeah.
Open your own door. You can do it.
And what God has for you is for you. It doesn't
All
matter
day.
if there's gonna be a million cosmetologists out here. There's gonna be a million colorists. There's gonna be a million cosmetologists that make wigs, things like that. You have to compete with people who are not licensed. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you have so much competition out there. But if you know this is your passion and this is what you want to do, you pick your lane, you stay in your lane. Tunnel vision. You go and you do what you need to do. What God has for you, it is for you. That was good.
Every day.
It's,
All
only,
day
it's
long.
only one you out here. You know what I mean? No matter what, it's gonna be people that think, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
the same things you think. But there's only one you. And I mean, I truly believe that when you follow what's in your heart and just don't give up on it, you'll get there.
Yes.
Regardless of how saturated or not saturated any part of, whatever it is that you're passionate about is. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Do your thing.
I always think there's three types of people. It's gonna be the ones that's gonna be like, they're gonna talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be the ones that's gonna tell you about it.
Mhm.
And it's gonna be the ones that's gonna run with that information and actually
Right.
get it done.
That's right. That's right.
And I'm always gonna be one, if it's something that I like to do, I'm gonna run with it and
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it done and I'm
Absolutely.
gonna collect my bag and we gonna keep it moving.
There we go.
Like,
Right.
I don't care, because the thing is, like, for me, I don't care about being popular.
Right.
I don't care about, oh, what did that person say? Or do. Like, I don't care
Yeah,
about none of that.
yeah.
Right.
That doesn't move me. I'm not impressed by any of it.
Mhm.
I like to laugh. I like to have fun.
Mhm.
I like to collect a bag. And I like to just be around my family. And
Live.
that's it.
Live.
That's it. I want to see as many places as I can see.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to have all of those life experiences in here.
Yes. Kendra said you have to sow into where you desire to go. Yes. Passion wins. And Stephanie said, I am an executor. I love that. Thank you for joining us, Stephanie. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into this now. Because she was almost about to let y'all have it. I felt it. I'm like, ooh, she about to go in. In 2019, you had a health issue.
Yes.
Can you share what the health issue was and how it affected you?
It affected everything. So in 2019, I had back-to-back eye surgery in my left eye because I ended up building a lot of scar tissue.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up having a major retinal detachment. I forgot the actual name. But with the scar tissue, it actually which is kind of weird because I had left in 2018 and I was fine. When I got down to Florida, and then it was just like.
This is after you started doing nails, correct?
Yeah, after I started doing nails, I'm going, look, I had a plan.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You go, and that's I think that's what they say. Like if you want to make God laugh, you have your plan.
Lord,
I had a plan. I was listen on the phone talking cash money. Look, I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna kill the game. They finna know who I am. They gonna know my name.
That's exactly what you was saying.
Hey, that's okay.
Yes. Listen, they finna know who I am in Tampa. Okay, yeah. Like. I don't care what's happening, what's going on. We finna list it back. Look, we finna get it there. Yep. Got down there, got comfortable about November. So like when you do a transition with work and you go from one state to another state, you still have the same insurance. But up here I had an HMO. Down there it's still Blue Cross Blue Shield Illinois, but you have to change it over to PPO, which can take anywhere between 30 to 60 days. So I left from up here, fine. Doctor was like, oh, you just need to get your prescription updated. Okay, cool. Went down to Tampa, just waiting for everything to go over. But in that time, I'm squinting and whatever. It was just squinting. Everything just like things were just more blurred.
Right.
But I was cool when I went, when the left was covered.
Right.
When it's open, squint. I only got into the eye doctor. He was like, you need to go see this retina specialist right now. For what?
Right.
I drove here just fine, sir.
I can see.
Both eyes dilated. Shot cross town 30 minutes. Both my eyes dilated.
Wow.
Man.
With a full retinal detachment.
Oh my goodness
right?
gracious. Let's talk about that right. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Let's talk about how God's hand will be on you.
No, but
that's it.
Hold on, we finna go to that part.
Okay.
So now I'm at the retinal specialist, sitting there chilling, eyes dilated, like what? Right? She get to going, they talking to each other and all this, whatever. And I'm like, the hell's going on? Like, you know what I mean? She said, how the hell did you drive here? I said, with Google and God, I guess.
For real.
That part.
You know, like, I guess.
yeah, for real.
Oh my God, you need to we have to do all of this and then eventually we're going to have to do surgery. What the hell you mean, lady?
Right.
So, of course I couldn't get my glasses up and dated at that time.
Right, exactly.
But the major point for me in realizing that it was really an issue because I'm one of those people that like I don't stop. I just keep going. Yeah. That's just how I've been raised. It's just like, as my mom always said, keep it moving. You be all right. Keep it going. So I'm like, all right, I'm just keep it going. Why you looking at me like that? Because you know I'm telling the truth. But so I'm like, whatever. I was at home. I was trying to do my eyeliner. Anybody that know me, I love doing my eyebrows. I love doing my damn eyeliner. I couldn't do my eyeliner. And I had a clean fit. Nick, this is serious business.
No, it was serious.
No, I feel you. A clean
it was
fit.
very serious.
I called my sister. Betsy, I can't do my eyeliner.
Yeah,
man.
She was like, nigga, I can't do it either.
Right.
Right. No, you don't understand. I can't. For a month, I was crying about not being able to do my eyeliner. And then I was like, you know what, whatever. My cousin was getting married end of February. I was supposed to leave, go to that wedding. I went to the doctor the day before I was supposed to leave. She gave me a shot in my eye and said, you're having surgery in 7 days. What?
Right.
Maxie, I'm having surgery in 7 days. So you coming from Vegas and coming right down here? Because I can't.
Right.
That's it. So the shot that she gave me in my eye was to restrict all the blood flow so there wouldn't be a lot of bleeding, surgery. So they can go back there, clean out all the scar tissue, reset my eye on my retina. So that was March 4th of 2019. So I came out of surgery. That was even more devastating because I looked like I had a piece of ham just sitting on my face. And you go through, and then I was in surgery for, I went in the afternoon. I didn't come out until it was night.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to sleep laying face down because what they end up doing, part of the details of the surgery is that they go in, they reset the retina, and they fill your eye they put a silicone bracket around it, and they fill your eye with silicone, liquid silicone. And you have to lay face down for a month.
Wow.
Yeah, but I can only get up for 7 minutes out the day. So Max was down there with me, and I was on Percocets. So I don't understand how y'all can do drugs.
Not y'all.
Well, people,
not
not y'all, not here. People,
No.
people of the world just can do Percocets because I was hallucinating.
Right.
And I would wake up and Max would be on the couch, and I'd go, Max, did you see that? Did you call me here? She was like, but you gonna take your ass on back to bed?
Yeah.
Nothing. So gradually I had to lay face down. Only could get up for 7 minutes, and then it went for 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. Then it went for, you can get up for an hour.
Right.
So then I went back. Everything was cool. A month later, went back. It detached again. So I had to go back into surgery. It wasn't as long as the first time. But with those back-to-back and still growing scar tissue, I grew scar tissue up the center of my retina. So it ended up ripping my retina. So I ended up having peripheral. But with keeping the silicone oil in my eye so that I can still, because everybody has eye pressure. A good eye pressure is anything above 10. You want to keep your eye pressure above 10. If it starts going below 10, there's a problem. Your eye's going to die. Long story short. Right. Just cut to the chase. Your eye gonna die. It's gonna get small, and then they just gotta take it out. Right? So I went back, redid surgery. I had peripheral at the time. Over the course of time, I ended up getting a cataract. So if anybody in my face, which most of the time most people are not, I have a grayish bluish pupil in my left eye. So with that, there's no more peripheral. So I'm just completely blind in my left eye. But through that, later on, I was just like, for a long time, it was like, okay, I can't just sit here.
Yeah.
But let's talk about you going through this process. Couldn't put on her eyeliner. She had a fit about not being able to put on her eyeliner, y'all. But not only that, she could not do hair.
I couldn't do hair.
She could not do nails. She
no.
could not do anything.
Yeah. And I called Dina crying one day. I was in the car coming back from my eye doctor, and I said, Dina, okay. It was between her. I'm talking to her and my sister most of the time.
I remember when you
and my best friend. And I was like, okay, okay. Right, okay,
right. What did you say?
What the hell is this? I came down here with this plan. Now I'm going through all of this, and now I just gotta sit still. Who sits still?
But see, that was it right there. No. Rita don't know how to sit still. Like her entire life. No. Like this is the person that, okay, act like you ain't got no sense. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like this is this person. So she never sits still. No. The fact that she had to sit still, like that was her question. What am I supposed to do now?
And she told me, she said, you have to sit still. How? Who does that?
That's what she kept asking.
How? I said, Dina, I have a vision. How am I supposed to have a vision with no damn vision? And she said, well, remember that. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you later. Yeah. But you know what? Through that time, the beauty in all of it, through that time, I did sit still. And I had to unpack. Yeah. And who wants to do that? Because I'm not a person of many emotions.
Right.
I'm like being happy, I like going, and I like getting it done. All that, you want that crazy? But good day. Good day. Like, I don't have time. I don't have time. Never have, never will, no. By the time you know it's like it's over, look, my shit packed and I'm going.
Right.
Excuse my French. Like, for real.
Yep.
Look, we done had a couple conversations. I told y'all I felt, and, that took a lot.
Say it, Kendra. Just go on and type it in. Say so much she want to say. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it's all that. So I had to sit still and unpack.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm unpacking. I had to unpack from when my dad passed to, you know, just getting divorced. Because nobody wants to get divorced. And a lot of times they be like, oh, who are you? How am I going to do this? And, you know, how people are going to look. Who cares? Who cares? You never know what other people, okay, you want to talk about me, but you're talking about me because you don't want to think about your stuff.
There you go.
And deal with your stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just like you have all of these things that you have to unpack and all of these emotions that you have to go through. And then you, once you do that and you look at like, okay, I had all these failed relationships. Okay, well, let me look at myself. Like, what am I choosing?
Yes.
What am I accepting?
That's real.
That's it right there.
You know what I'm saying? You can't keep blaming other people if you're choosing those relationships.
Yes.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? So like that, those faults and that heartache is not just on them. Yeah, they made some choices throughout that, but you chose.
That's accountability right there.
Yeah. You chose. And I, you know, later on, you know, conversations with Dina, I was like, I get it now. Because I chose them. God didn't choose them.
Ooh.
I chose them.
Ladies,
It take a lot to say that. Like,
ladies,
for
do
real.
y'all hear that? And it take for God to sit you down.
Man, I see it.
And make sure that you can't move.
Right.
So that he can give you the time that you need.
Literally could not move.
Could not move.
I had to do nothing but lay there.
Yeah.
So as you're laying there, all you had time to really reflect on all the emotions,
right,
all the feelings, like the real feelings that you had, not only from your failed relationships, but your dad passed. As you said, you know, when your dad passed, you kind of went crazy. You chose to drink,
right, because
you weren't dealing. So laying here, not being able to move, you had to deal.
And it was just that whole situation with my dad passing because, I mean, I can't remember whether or not if Maxie had got into it. It's one thing for a parent to pass. It's another thing for when your own grandmother tells the hospital he don't have no kids.
Right.
Man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I know how you feel.
Listen, legit. Told the hospital he ain't got no kids, send his body to Carbondale. Oh, so you gonna steal my daddy's body? Okay.
Yeah. So even that, not like you said, not only the fact that you have lost your father, but the fact of everything that you went through.
It was crazy drama. And can you imagine trying to keep MAX?
Yeah.
MAX?
Yes. Brittany said, yes, accountability can hurt, but it is rewarding in the end. So
that Martinez?
Yes.
Hey, girl.
So with that being said, thank you for that, Brittany.
That's
what do you say out of all of that was your reward?
My reward? Being where I am right now. Because literally with that, I have vertigo. So you have to think, if you think about, I want people to really understand like a day-to-day process is when you lose this side, you have to rebalance.
Right.
Everything, excuse me, everything is completely thrown off. So like I consistently went through face pain, head pain for like 6 months. And then if I move too quick, I will fall the hell over.
Right.
Like, so you have to relearn how to write. You have to relearn how to walk in a straight line. You have to relearn just everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a process it was a process in a certain time just to do my hair.
To adapt to all of that, yeah.
I do hair. How can I do hair?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have all of these new strengths and weaknesses. And it was many times where it was just like, you could just go and you could just lay in the bed and just, but I don't know how to do that.
That's right. I
don't. And I can't do that. So like I had a conversation with my sister and I was like, you know what, I'm finna get back out there. Cause I just went ghost for a while. And it, I mean like literally like having to walk. I remember one day I was like, okay, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna start, walking because before I left, I was in the gym. I had dropped like 45, 50 pounds. Like, I'm like, I'm gonna eat before I'm gonna be butt naked. Like,
Not but that
yes. Look, I'm trying to bake in the sun.
that's not.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes, listen. I'm trying to get brown.
Right.
You know what? I'm
Right.
mess.
Man.
Like,
listen.
I told you I had this plan, okay? So, one of the major things, and I can laugh about it now,
Uh-huh.
but I was just walking, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just walk to the mailbox. I bust my ass coming back from the mailbox.
Oh my goodness.
Just because it was a slight shift in the sidewalk.
Right.
Bust my ass, scraped up my elbow, all of that. And I was just like, damn. And I called her back and she was like, you need to be more careful. Like, why is you doing all that? And I'm like, I have to. Like, I have to figure this balance out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to, shout out to Solo, because he was my trainer when I was up here. I used to deadlift 125.
Uh-huh.
I used to squat with weights 130. Like, to get back to that would be everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't do it. It's a slow build, but you first have to find your balance. And that's the hardest part. Because it's like if I bend down to get something and get back up, I can get nauseous and want to throw up right then and there. So it's like it's a hurdle.
Yeah.
It's like completely wiping everything away that you knew and learned before. And this literally for my physical, my mental, spiritual, everything was a whole unpacking process because I had to learn. Thanks, Coach L.
Shout out to the unicorn.
No, listen. I'm trying to tell you, if you're trying to get it together, have a couple conversations with her. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
All day. I had to relearn that things that I was taught is not me.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
And once I had to write out, like, so
Yes.
this was ridiculous. Like,
It's the best exercise you could ever do. Real
things,
talk.
key phrases or key things that I was taught and that was drilled into me for years was not me.
Yeah.
Is not who I am. And so it was pretty much starting, you had to deprogram or reprogram the right way.
Oh
Man.
God. He was just doing so much. Oh my goodness gracious.
It was a lot.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It was a lot. But it was those baby steps to getting back to who I am right now. And I'm a whole completely, totally different person. You know what I'm saying? And then it's the shedding of people. And I grew up, my mama told me when I was growing up, you don't need friends, you got sisters. So it takes a lot for me to be like, you my friend, you in my circle. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So when you have to reevaluate a lot of things, and when you're going through that, all of them can't go with you. And I didn't have a lot to go.
Shit.
I didn't have a lot to go at all whatsoever. So you will share the marriage.
Right.
You will share friendships, best friends,
Yeah.
family members.
Yeah.
You will. It's just what it is.
Los, thank you for joining us, bro. Listen, Kendra said this, and as you were talking, it was just like God had to literally, it's very cliche, but God had to break you down to build you up.
For real.
Like he broke you all the way down, face
All the way
down, not able to get up
all the
for
way.
you to really identify and deal with the things that you truly needed to deal with, the things that you were running away from and not really truly dealing with.
Most definitely.
But Kendra said, God honors your posture during your process. You have blessed me tonight. The reason why Rita has been on our show before, but at the time that she came before, I don't think she was quite ready.
No, because I was still going through my process.
Right.
Like it was still a lot that I had to deal within me.
Mm-hmm.
Like now I don't care.
Yes.
Like when they say unapologetically in your purpose, then you just doing what it is that you do. That's exactly what
That's
it is.
exactly it.
And that's exactly what it is that you're gonna get from me. Don't come to me with nothing unless you ready to get the answer.
That's right.
Like that I'm gonna give you. Because it's gonna be blunt, straightforward, because I ain't got time. Look, I'm over 30. I'm 30. How old am I? 37. I be forgetting.
Leos never know how old they are.
Is that what it is?
Leos never
That's
know
what
how
it
old
is.
they are.
It's
Because we
Leo.
always like young at heart, so we never remember.
Oh,
our
okay,
age.
right.
My mom
Y'all
had
so
asked,
funny.
me and my mom was going back. And she's like, "Oh, you 35?" I said, "Like, I take you, you know what I'm saying?" You know, facts.
Yeah.
But no, I ain't got time. I don't have time for it at all.
Yeah.
And it's just like, look, you need to surround yourself by there's people that's like-minded, like you.
That's called growth, people. That's called growth.
That's gonna keep you accountable in your mess.
Yep.
That's gonna call you out in your mess.
Yep.
And I'm blessed to have that.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's a blessing to have it. You don't want a whole bunch of people that's just gonna entertain BS and that's just don't care about
For
your
real.
well-being and what it is that you're doing. Look, you my friend. If you messing up, I'm going to tell you.
See, that's growth. She
I
almost
don't-
said the other word. See,
I did.
growth.
See,
Y'all don't know growth.
No. It's, you're not gonna get this PG-13 version outside of being in this radical radio studio. So if you catch me outside this door, you get the authentic.
But I just want to say, like, her story is real. It's not many people
Seriously.
that can really go through what she went through and really come out on top. And that's why when it comes down to everything that she's doing, whether it be, you know, her modeling, whether it be, you know, her traveling, whether it be her doing hair, whether it be her doing that, whatever it is, like, I've always noticed that she always does exactly what she wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
And just seeing her come out of that as a new person, like she's emerged as a totally different person with so much more to offer.
That's amazing.
Because listen, let me tell you, and then my close cousins and my sister and well, you know what I'm saying. Well, my mom was on board with it, but my sister wasn't. Let me tell you, if this didn't come out looking like this, I was gonna have me a glittery eye patch.
She
Okay?
called me one day and said, "I'm
Listen, I was saying my cousin, she made custom stuff all the time. Like this mess right here.
Word.
Plug. I'll tag her in the link. But but no, like legitly, I sent her ideas of different type of eye patches I want, and I was gonna rock it out with eye patch.
She was definitely serious about it. Now tell them you have on a dope shirt over there. Can you tell them about that shirt you have on? Can you also tell them where they can find Eleanor Maxwell and your beautiful pictures and everything that you're doing?
You can find it at Eleanor Maxwell _ on Instagram or me on Facebook at Rita Norman on Facebook. We have a lot of stuff that's coming. This shirt is one. It's actually gonna release on my dad's birthday.
Aww.
Which
That's
is
dope.
December
That's dope.
29th of this year.
Awesome.
So we have those, and then you got the crop tops coming this summer.
That's okay.
Listen.
Do your thing.
Because at the end of the day, you listen. I love myself.
There you go.
Okay, like, and that's before you can go out and love anybody else. Why not give yourself
There you go.
that opportunity
You
and
better.
share of love?
You better.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm so thankful when it comes to that, because that's like my dad used to tell me all the time, "You're the most beautiful girl in the world, and can't nobody tell you no difference." And I live by that to this day.
There you go.
That's why I was gonna be out here with this eye patch. Like, look, I'm fine as hell.
Yeah, there you go.
You can't tell me no difference. Like, that's just what it is.
No, that's love. That's beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, okay, so Eleanor Maxwell _ we have a lot of things that's coming out. My sister got a book coming.
All right.
We're gonna have to get her on for an interview.
I am so proud, and I'll brag on her all the days long, okay?
That's
her
love.
and my other sister, like, can't nobody tell me nothing about that.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a sibling, I'm sorry.
Them Norman girls.
Regina kids all day, you know what I'm saying?
Them Norman
and shout out
girls.
to my mama.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us. This is
I appreciate
amazing. I
y'all.
thank you for sharing your story.
Most definitely.
I pray for everybody that has been listening that this has helped you in some way, that it has shown you that it doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down, that you can always get up and you can get up fabulous. Man,
Oh, and then like later this month, I'll be doing a live with my best friend talking about all things travel. Okay. I know a lot of people like, oh no, Corona, you can't.
Right.
Put on your mask. We're gonna talk about some travel, okay? Like it's just what it is, because I just want people to understand it's a lot of opportunities in travel. There's people that are still traveling.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? And just different nice tips and ways that you can go ahead and travel. And then also in the month of December, before you get the income taxes, I'll have twice that month, I'm gonna have a special guest. We're gonna come on, we're gonna talk about entrepreneurship. And we're gonna talk about the importance of the number one step. Mm-hmm. And everybody that comes to me and asks, well, what do I need to do? How do you know what I'm saying, to get everything together? We're gonna go over that. Because it's just like, you need to own your stuff. It's so many people that go out here, they popping up with a name and this, that, and the third, and you have no paperwork.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So look out for that as well. They'll be live on Instagram, Facebook.
Yes. So y'all better get in tune. Go follow Rita Norman on Facebook. Follow Elnora Maxwell, ELNORA MAXWELL. Is it underscore?
Yep.
Underscore on Instagram. Y'all go follow this amazing business and keep in contact with Rita so you can see all those fabulous photos and all the things that she is about to work on. We want to thank you again for joining Radical Radio. This was our first guest on Radical Radio. Oh my gosh, this was amazing, amazing. For all of you guys that are still on, if you guys will tune in next Monday, we will be back with another special guest in the building. Tune in. If you don't mind going to our YouTube page and subscribe to our YouTube page. I do have a monetary gift that I'm trying to raffle off, but we have to reach 100 subscribers in order to do so. So if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe now. Once again, we thank you for joining us, and
thank you,
great night.